Hi, I'm Michael Whitehouse, and this is the Daily Michael video blog for Wednesday, September 9th, 2009. That's 999. Happy birthday to Tam. My good friend Tam Jospek is having one of them celebrations of another trip around the sun, successfully, I believe. So, happy birthday. A number of people have commented to me that I record a lot of video blogs in parking lots and asked me why. And I said, very simple, parking lots have really bright lights. See? There's one. Which means I can get visible and not be a little silhouette of Michael, but record it at night where there's no one around listening to embarrass me. Because I know I'm broadcasting the internet, but it's still kind of embarrassing to have a live studio audience, as I will have tomorrow, which I filmed earlier. Time can get confusing when you record your videos out of order. So anyway, what I'm here to talk to you about today, I'm standing near a bank. That's kind of relevant. I'm in the town of Leominster, which is a very working-class town. That's more relevant. So my question for you to think about is, what class are you? Myself, I'm a warlord. Sorry, wrong class. So there's generally considered to be three socioeconomic classes, and they subdivide it some, but it's working class, middle class, upper class. Now, I think of myself as middle class. In spite of the fact that I work a fairly blue-collar job, and I've never made more than $30,000 in 1 year. Prior to last year, I'd never made more than $10,000 in 1 year, and yet I think of myself as middle class. I have a fairly middle-class lifestyle, I have middle-class friends, so it's a lot of its mindset more than job. This came up because I was talking to someone in downtown Amherst from Western Mass Labor Action, something or other. I'm sure I have the name wrong. And I said, no, I don't necessarily agree with all that you're doing. There's a train going by. It's really loud. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't necessarily agree with all that you're doing, but I would be very interested in giving free goal-setting workshops for the people you work with, because sometimes all someone needs to get out of the working-class lifestyle, or the minimum wage lifestyle, is for someone to tell them, you are not your job. Because some people think of themselves as minimum wage workers, instead of thinking of themselves as people with minimum wage jobs, which is very different. If you're a minimum wage worker, you can never do better than that. You can never do better than minimum wage because that's what you are. If you're a person with a minimum wage job, well, that's just the job you happen to have. Today you're minimum wage, next week you'll be 20 bucks an hour. You just need to find the right job. But you have to have the mindset that you can do that. So this woman was not terribly interested because her attitude was, well, there aren't really opportunities. So I happened to encounter her while flying for Worlds Apart. I continued flying, went on down to Hampshire, saw a flyer that says that you could get a job, or offering jobs collecting signatures for ballot initiatives for $20 to $60 an hour, which I will actually be doing. So that job requires you to be able to walk and talk and hold a clipboard, and a couple of other key skills like being willing to talk to people, but nothing really overwhelming. Which is kind of a nice way for the universe to say, yeah, you were right. But my main point there is that class is not a matter of destiny. It's not a matter of fate says, you're working class. There are ways up and out, even if you don't have money, even if you don't have education. For example, let's say you have no education. You're a high school dropout. You're working at McDonald's, and you don't want to make minimum wage anymore. Well, my first suggestion, try to climb the corporate ladder. Minimum wage, McDonald's tends to promote from within. Show up to work on time. Work hard. Impress your boss. Tell them, I'd like to be a manager. Within about 2 years, you generally hit the management program. Within about 5 years, you're usually over $40,000 a year. They'll help you get your GED. They'll help you get any degrees you need. This is true of most large corporations. You could also be a waiter. Waiters can make 20 bucks an hour by just smiling. That's hard for some people. But if you can do it, you can make a lot of money. There's a number of other opportunities like that that can help people to get ahead as long as you have the mindset of, I'm going to get ahead. I've never thought of myself as a minimum wage worker, and so I've never been a minimum wage worker, even though I've sometimes had times I had a little bit of trouble with money. I've never been that stuck because I've never thought of myself as stuck. So if you're stuck in that minimum wage hell, you are there because you let yourself be stuck there. It may take a while to get out, But you can get out. And it's up to you to find that road out and to get out. If you need help finding the road out, give me a call. I can help you. I'm sometimes good at finding those doors that others miss. Sometimes I need help from other people to find the doors that I miss. But it's always good to have that second person to help you and say, no, the door's over there. You should try going through it. And even if you're not minimum wage, if you're any place that you don't like to be, you're probably there because you think that's the best you can do. If you think higher, if you think you can do better, you can do anything you set your mind to. Anything you can imagine, you can achieve, as long as you can believe that you can achieve it. I'm Michael Whitehouse, and that'll do.